Hello there, fellow YouTubers and YouTube viewers. I am Galdit74, and in today's video, I will be bringing you guys yet again another UPBA video. We reached the halfway mark last week, and now we are diving into the second half of the season with this battle. It is week 7, and we are taking on the Munchlaxster United, and that is coached by Nanny Phantom slash Killaboom slash Dan slash Toxelboom. Man's got a lot of names. He's like Jack, sorta. But make sure to go check out his channel. His link will be in the description below. As I've been doing with all my battles, I've been watching my opponent's sides of the battles right, before I battle. And I gotta say, I've been really enjoying his content quite a lot. So again, really highly recommend you go check him out. He was a replacement coach for Trexo, so that was supposed to be, our initial opponent, but, we have him now. Do want to preface this video by saying, you can tell by the length, it's a pretty long battle. And B, this battle was kind of scuffed just because it got pushed back a lot of times. So just want to let you know this battle is kind of all over the place. So that's just a little warning there. I don't really have too much else to say for an intro besides the fact that, we're off to a fire start, and I hope we can just keep this going. So we can just jump into the team builder. I don't really have much else to say about this. Killaboom's team this week consists of Necrozma, Urshifu Rapid Strike, Milotic, Porygon 2, Amoonguss, Chandelure, Klefki, Copperaja, Flygon, Sneasel, and Whirlipede. You see my team on the left, you guys know it by now. This is a really tough matchup in the sense that I don't know what 6 my opponent is going to bring. I have a few notes here written down, but that's like the biggest one. Nothing is immediately threatening to my team, but there are certain things that can really start to be scary if things go down, and the way I play my mons really just depends on what comes. Like if Spadef P2 comes is something I'm kind of expecting, but I could also see just being left on the bench. Copperaja is kind of meh in this match, but if he wants rocks, I feel like he needs to bring it. Chandelure, I do have rain, though I think Chandelures are really good against me, to be honest, so could see that coming. Sneasel for the speed control, but again, it's kind of just whatever in this matchup. There's a lot of that, so I really just have to be careful of that. Second note, his defense is extremely annoying. Milotic, P2, and Amoonguss I'm looking at, those 3 are just like, you don't want to face those, right? And even Klefki too with Prankster, T-Wave, Prankster screens. It's not a fun time. And then finally, there's Necrozma on the other side. I do have a Grimmsnarl, which is built to take on the Necrozma, so I'm not the most scared of it, but the thing is still a damn threat, so I do have to be careful of how I play around that thing in the end game. If he chips down the Pokemon correctly, I could be in some deep trouble. Those are the big scary things about my opponent's team. There's also an Urshifu. The water form ends up getting Thunder Punch, which makes my life a lot harder. Finally, I do want to mention, I forgot one more point, that predictions are really good against my team. So in prep, I had to be really careful of how I prepped around certain mons, and when I have to play this game, it's going to be the same way. But that's like the big notes. My game plan this week, I can tell you guys, is I get to use Ferrothorn early and put up spikes, and then use Thundurus and Toxicroak to set up, and then hopefully at that point Milotic is gone, and then Scarf Dracovish can just clean the game. That is sort of the game plan I have this week. And that's kind of all I have for this portion of the team builder. What I'm bringing to this game this week is going to be Toxicroak, Pelipper, Grimmsnarl, Dracovish, Thundurus, and Ferrothorn. Our first Pokemon on this team is Toxicroak, as I just mentioned. Max attack, almost max speed, Life Orb, Swords Dance, Gunk Shot, Drain Punch, Knockoff. This coverage was really good against my opponent's team. I do have Dry Skin, so it's going to be almost a hard wall to the Milotic this week, as well as the Urshifu if it's not running Zen Headbutt, which I really don't think it's going to be. Toxicroak has a lot of amazing opportunities to set up this week and just kind of clean up. If my opponent brings Sneasel or Flygon, which I do expect one of those to come, I can't just set up and clean, but if I can set up and break throughout the early game, then I think I'm going to have a good time. I can also set up on the Amoonguss, the P2 if it doesn't have Psychic I can, so lots of different opportunities to do that. And one cool calc is that at +2, I'm pretty sure a Gunk Shot just knocks out a max HP Necrozma. So that is going to be very useful information to me. And this thing just has a lot of power this week. A really good matchup, and I think it's going to provide my team with a lot of utility. Second Pokemon is going to be Pelipper. This is just max HP, 212 defense with a bold nature, and then a little bit in Spadef. Scald, Hurricane, Toxic Roost. Now, this investment lets me live a Timid Specs Chandelure Shadow Ball from full, guaranteed. And this investment also lets me live an Adamant, non-boosted Thunder Punch from Urshifu. So, you know, a little bit of a weird, like, EV spread. It doesn't seem like it does much, but it really does. Pelipper is amazing in this game in the sense that it really just comes in on a lot of different things. Kabaraja, Klefki, the Urshifu, Milotic, if it's not Flame Orb, though I could see that being a thing. Amoonguss, and I can, you know, do whatever I need to do against their team. Their team's really weak to Hurricane, and anything that resists Hurricane doesn't want to take a Scald. So, Pelipper definitely has a really important role in this game, and if I can keep Rain up, that's also very helpful for my next mon, which is Grimmsnarl. Grimmsnarl is max HP, a lot of different EVs, you guys can read it. Spirit Break, Darkest Lariat, Light Screen, Taunt. I say Rain is helpful because Chandelure is a problem for my team, right? And I feel like it's going to be choiced, and if it choices into a fire move, I have to switch in like Pelipper, right? But Pelipper doesn't want to take a Shadow Ball, so Grimmsnarl is my switch in. My thought process is that if Rain's up, the fire power is reduced, and Shadow Ball is already resisted by Grimmsnarl, so it becomes a good switch in anyway. So that is one reason Grimmsnarl is here, but the main reason Grimmsnarl is here is for the Necrozma. That thing is very scary if I do not have Grimmsnarl around, just because like the stored power set is just incredibly annoying and scary to deal with. I have Taunt and Light Screen for that, as well as Darkest Lariat, which ignores defense boosts. And then just Spirit Break, Fairy coverage was decent in this game as well. I thought about Fire Punch on this set, but because I have Rain up and I want to have it up as much as I can, felt like it wasn't really worth it. This is a pretty Spadef Grimmsnarl, so I will be taking hits decently well. I do know that Chandelure gets Infiltrator, so Light Screen isn't great against that thing, but it's more for the Necrozma. So that is Grimmsnarl's job this week. It's not the most important, but it does have an important particular role. So we can move on into our fourth Pokemon. It's going to be our Dracovish. It is coming to this game. Adamant Choice Scarf, Vicious Rend, 3 moves. It's Vicious Rend. It comes in, cleans up. My goal is to have a lot of spikes up, so my Milotic can't really take 2 Vicious Rends in the end game. That's kind of the goal I have going here. But even with 3 spikes up, maybe Amoonguss just drops as well if that decides to be the answer to the Dracovish, or maybe even defensive P2. He has a few different options. Milotic's definitely the best, but just in case he doesn't want to bring Milotic, because I do take advantage of it decently well, I will, you know, I have Dracovish here. So it's going to be a good cleaner. Scarf is just nice for some speed control as well. Not too much else to say about it. It's just Dracovish things. Fifth Pokemon is Thundurus, our MVP of the season so far. This is max special attack, 172 speed for Flygon. Nasty Plot, Thunderbolt, Psychic, and a Focus Blast with the safety goggles. Now, I asked Jack's front office for a little bit of help on this set, and they really delivered, so thank you guys for this. Lux actually suggested safety goggles. I never actually responded to him, but I ended up, you know, running it in the end. This set was a lot back and forth. I had like Yachi Berry on here and stuff, but Nasty Plot was really good just because I can set up on a lot of different things like Thundurus, or Urshifu's not going to want to stay in, Amoonguss, and then I can just start nuking things because their team's pretty weak to electric, to be honest. Safety Goggles is for the Spore on Amoonguss if they're not Assault Vest, though I feel like they're going to be Assault Vest. And you see here, I'm actually Defiant. That's because it's a very niche thing, right? I feel like Spadef P2 is going to come, and that can take hits from this thing decently well. So my thought is, they're going to switch in. I don't want them to trace my Prankster and Prankster recover. So I have Defiant, so they get Defiant instead, and that makes it kind of useless for them. That's sort of why I went that route in the end. And I have Focus Blast. I thought about Volt Switch, but I just wanted the raw damage on maybe P2 if it's chipped a little bit. So that's Thundurus, a little complicated, but I think it's going to deliver in this game and do a lot of work. Finally, we have Ferrothorn, a very important member of the team. Max HP, 156 Spadef with the Careful Nature. Power Whip, Leech Seed, Toxic, and Spikes on the moves. And I have Chople Berry as my item. Thought about Leftovers, but I like Chople just in case it's me versus Urshifu. I can stay in if I'm at full and just Power Whip it. I like this set a lot because Spikes are brutal against their team. Their only removal is Flygon and Klefki. And Klefki just kind of loses to this in a slow way with like Leech Seed and Power Whip and stuff. And same with Flygon. Flygon doesn't really beat this thing too much. So I felt like having some hazard, like forcing hazards on them is going to be really nice. This doesn't touch Amoonguss, but I can get 3 layers of spikes up, which is just a huge win for me. Leech Seed Power Whip. I decided Power Whip again for the Urshifu as well as the Milotic. That thing's a little bit annoying, and there's toxic for the walls. And it's important just because I really need to get spikes up in this game. I think that's just a huge priority for me. But that is our Ferrothorn set. That is our 6 Pokemon we are rocking out with this week. I hope you guys enjoyed the team builder if you got through it. And again, make sure to go check out my opponent. And yeah, I will see you in the battle. Alright, here we are in the battle. Good luck, have fun to my opponent, Nanny Phantom, or the other million names he goes by. I will spend the team builder crossing out notes as I always do. There is no Sneasel. There's no Copperage, right? No Copperage, no Klefki, thank God. That thing is so frustrating for my team. And no Necro? No Necro. Okay, that was a little shocking, but I'm actually fine with that. I am nervous for this battle. My matchup isn't terrible. It's just, it's a little annoying because I didn't know what he could bring because he could kind of bring everything against my team. So now that I see it, I'm a little bit less stressed, but still, of course, nervous as always. Leads, I think I'm just going to lead Pelipper. Pelipper has an amazing matchup here, and I can just do whatever I want off lead. And I can get Rain Up, which is really nice here. If I lose Pelipper, it makes Flygon and Urshifu a little bit more annoying, but besides those two, I'm not the most scared. One thing I'm really scared of in this game is predictions, and if my opponent makes them, that could really be detrimental to my team this week. But besides that, I'm not too scared of anything immediately, so we will lead Pelipper. So yeah, again, good luck, have fun to my opponent, and we can finally get into this battle. This has been delayed a bit, so I'm glad we're finally on our way to doing it. I know Klefki is so awesome. That thing is just frustrating. No Necro, no Raj. Okay, I think I got everything here. Alright, so they're going to lead off with the Flygon. Okay, this is a good lead for me. If they have Thunder Punch, it's annoying, but I can scout out just to see what they have here. Flygon, I already have it in the calc, great. Max Attack is a very low roll to 2-shot me with Stone Edge. So I think Scald is just the play. He doesn't really have a good Scald switch in besides Milo, and I guess P2. I could also Hurricane, but I think Scald getting a potential burn on this could be really nice. So we will do that. Again, T-Punch is going to hurt, but unless it's like Banded T-Punch Flygon, I think I'm okay, to be honest. Make sure this is the play. Yeah, this is definitely the play here. I've explained it in my past battles before, but I'm not always on my screen 24/7, so if I miss something, that's what it is. They just switch out onto P2. That's fine. They trace or download their trace, which is decent for me. As I'm going to Scald, it should do a chunk. Let me see how much this does. I kind of want to see. Like 15-ish, a little bit more than that. I want to see if that's SpitF or not. I feel like it's going to be in this game. Oh yeah, that's SpitF. Okay. So what I do here, I don't want to take a Thunderbolt from this thing. They could teleport, but it's fine. I think I can just go Ferrothorn here, and that's what I'm going to do. I am more SpitF Ferrothorn. If they teleport, it's fine. Again, a little bit annoying, but Ferrothorn is decent in this game. I do have a Chople Berry, so if they teleport into Urshifu, I might just stay in. Though Ferrothorn's good against a lot of things in this game. So, we'll see. I might prioritize the Pelipper a little bit more. Who knows? They go... Okay, I switch out, and they're going to go for Tri-Attack. Okay, that's good for me. They have... Their only removal is Flygon. So, I think what I want to do here is Spike. Or I could Leech Seed, but if Amoonguss comes... Oh, Amoonguss coming out doesn't really matter. I think I Spike. It'll force a Defog later. So I'm cool with this play. Yeah, because Klefki and Flygon was their only removal. And I thought Klefki was going to come to do that. But I think Flygon's going to end up being that Pokemon here. Setting up spikes is a part of my game plan, so that's going to just help me out. I kind of hope they go Amoonguss. I can't touch Amoonguss to save my life, but I can... Oh, what's this? It's Flygon. Okay. Well, Rain's still up, so I think I'm just going to stay in and fire off a Toxic or a Leech Seed. I don't need all my spikes up, but the more I get, the better. But if this thing has Defog, it doesn't really matter. I think I just Leech Seed. Again, fire move doesn't scare me because the rain is up. Yeah, flamethrower, this shouldn't do too much. 163 to 119. 163 to 119. Let's calc that. Sorry, I'm repeating myself. Level 50. Well, that is offensive, but I'm just gonna stay in and toxic. I think this time. Yeah, we'll do that. We can see if they're not choiced. They're gonna defog my spike away, but I'm gonna get a toxic off on this thing, and then Leech Seed is gonna be up already. So we'll get this thing up back to almost full health and start whittling down this Flygon, which is going to be nice for me. Seeing their special offensive is nice to know. Rain Gone kind of sucks because now Flamethrower will do more. They are leftovers. They showed that last turn probably. Oh no, because Leech Seed goes after. So yeah, I probably could have spiked up just to maybe be more aggressive there, but I'm cool with this play as well. So they're taking chip. I kind of want to spike again, but I kind of want to keep this thing healthy as well. I can go out in the Grimmsnarl. Grimmsnarl is not doing a crazy ton in this game now that Necrozma's not here, so I can do this. They're going to switch out. They're going to go out into the Urshifu. Okay. As I switched out, so I mean. Let me see here. There's a banded hit should knock me out because yeah. I want to go Pelipper. If they make the prediction, then that's just a really good play. Or if they just bulk up, that's also a very good play. What else can I do here? I think Pelipper just has to be my play. I could go Toxicroak, but Toxicroak's amazing in this game. So I go out into Pelipper. I really feel like they're going to predict this here. I could hit this thing with a fairy type attack, so maybe they won't. Okay, so they actually pull double here. That's smart. They're going to go out in the P2. I'm actually cool with that. They're going to trace my Prankster, okay? But getting rain up's fine. I can just go back on the Ferrothorn. It's really not a big deal. Because that's what I'm going to do. Ferrothorn should always be able to deal with this thing. And if they want to if they want to go out into Urshifu at some point, or Chandelure, I'm not really scared of it. I just go right back out into this. And throw up it's the same cycle over again. I did mention that I was a little bit scared of predictions and pivoting. Well, predictions particularly. That can definitely break down my team pretty quickly with, how their team is. But I'm not too worried about it yet. They're going to go for Tri Attack. And I think I just spike again. With the rain up, I'm not worried about it. I want this up. And if they go Urshifu, I'm going to Power Whip. They go out or just back out into Flygon. Alright. I'm okay with this. And this time I'm just going to Leech Seed. Whittle this thing down. If they U-turn, that'll be faster, so not really a big deal there. And I Leech Seed. Same plays. This is never an issue as long as rain's up, because Flamethrower's not doing a crazy ton. Once rain goes away, then Flygon becomes a little bit annoying to switch into. That does a little bit more than I was thinking. It's a crit, that's why. But I am going to get my seeds off and start, it's just going to rack up damage. I might go Grimmsnarl this time. Just because I took a crit there, I don't really want to be taking all this damage. As I've been mentioning, this thing's getting chipped down. And if they stay in, they defog the spike away, that's fine. Because they'll be taking the seeds and then the poison. Do I want to do the Grimmsnarl play? I think I want to keep this healthy. Yeah. So we'll do that. Maybe I'll throw off a Light Screen. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do yet. I'm going to go out in the Grimmsnarl. It just depends. Is they're going to just defog. Okay. So they're going to get the Leech Seed. They're going to take more damage here, which is nice. I could have stayed in and Power Whipped, which I guess could have been the better play, but I'm cool with this as well. Now, let me think. Spirit Break or Darkest Lariat against the rest of their team? I think... I think Spirit Break's fine. Yeah, I'm gonna Spirit Break. And if they let me like knock this out, that would be amazing. As they don't. Probably go on to like a Mungus or something. No, they go back out right into the this thing. This should take a decent chunk considering it's SPDF, but we can, you know, gauge some damage here. As yeah, that does a lot actually. I got a crit, okay. And a part of me wants to taunt. Or light screen. I'm going to taunt or light screen this turn and just stay in. Sorry if you hear the barking in the background. I think I taunt. I should be faster than this. I know they have Prankster, but yeah, we'll do that because they're -1 attack. So yeah, we get the taunt off. I'd put a little bit of speed in this, so maybe this situation won't arise. They go for recover. And now that since they're -1, I think I'm just going to just attack. Yeah, like I just attack this thing with Spirit Breaks and Darkest Lariats or whatever. So yeah, we're going to just whittle this thing down more and more. Yeah, I think I'll Darkest Lariat next turn. This shouldn't do too much because they're at -2. Yeah, that does nothing. And I do reveal leftovers now. And this turn I will Darkest Lariat. Hopefully knocking it out. It might not knock out, but it does do more than... It probably will, actually. We'll see. They might save this. Oh, I do apologize if you hear the dog. It keeps happening. They are going to switch out. Hopefully into like Chandelure. Give me that. This is going to be the Amoonguss. Okay, so smart play. We can gauge damage on this. As this will do... Not much. Okay, that does like... Let me see. That does like 25-ish%. So let me see what this is. That's like defensive. I'm going to switch out and go into Ferrothorn. If they pull a double, good play. I know Ferrothorn doesn't touch this thing, but I can get spikes up. So then that's the important thing. Because their removal is just getting whittled down more and more by the game. So they pull double. Okay. They go out into Urshifu. Okay, good play. Do I have a spike up? I don't. They defugged earlier. Okay, because I'm at a little bit lower health, I don't really want to take this hit. I have Choppleberry, but I kind of want to keep this thing. This thing's really good. I can go Pelipper. What do I need Pelipper for in this game? It's nice for Flygon, and it's just in this thing. So I'll go... I really feel like they're going to predict this. But I'm just going to have to make the play anyway. Rain's going to go back up. Either this thing or Chandelure's Scarf. I have to like look out for that. They go for sub. Okay. This thing is not Scarf. At least we know now. This is good and bad. They're not lefties. Okay. Well, I have to Hurricane here. They're going to probably bulk up. They're going to Thunder Punch. So they do have it. This shouldn't knock me out. It does not. I'm going to break this thing sub. And I have to make a decision here. I really don't want them having a sub up against me. I do like this in the game, but it outspeeds the Amoonguss, so I do have to like note that. But I think I'm just gonna have to sack this. Yeah. It sucks. They're gonna sub, so yeah, okay. I'm glad I didn't switch there. So they have... I feel like they might be like sub 3 attack Salic, to be honest. They could be something like that. I'm trying. I don't really have the greatest answers to that, to be honest. I think I just spam Hurricane though. I feel like they're gonna let me knock. They're gonna just knock me out. If they knock me out, they're probably not gonna click Thunder Punch. Just because I'm in range of everything. I think Toxicroak beats 3 attacks sub. If it's it shouldn't be Zen Headbutt on this set. So that set beats it. And they're just knocking me out. Okay, with Thunder Punch. Alright, so I'm not most upset with losing Pelipper. I'm a little upset that my Rain's going to be gone. That's what I'm a little bit worried about. But because of this, I think I can just go Thundurus. It's Thundurus or Toxicroak. And who do I value more in this game? It depends on who I go out into. Well, Flygon Chip, I like Thundurus a lot. And with P2 Chip, too. I might need Toxicroak to take a hit later. That's the difference. I think I go on the Thundurus now. And just click Thunderbolt. Or I could, no, I'm going to click Psychic, actually. Because that covers the Amoonguss switch in. And this thing is definitely in range of Psychic at this point. And I'm not Prankster, so they can't... what's it called? I'm not scared of Prankster recover from the P2, because I'm not Prankster. I went Defiant solely for that reason. They're going to go out into the Amoonguss as I click the Psychic. We can find out if this thing is Assault Vest right now. I really wish Spikes were up, but besides that, I think we're not in the worst spot. That is not Assault Vest unless I crit. I did crit, so I actually think that is Assault Vest because of that. That crit sucks. I apologize. Let me gauge. That did a little bit over half. Yeah, that should be Assault Vest. If I Nasty Plot now, I guarantee you get a kill. So I think I do that. Yeah. I'm going to have to take a Sludge Bomb for this, I think. But besides that, it's fine. I want to get rid of this thing. He doesn't really have good answers to fish at this point. This is one of them. So the actually withdrawal, that is amazing for me. Okay, that is so good. That is so, because I am, again, not Prankster. I am Defiant for this exact reason. And now Thunderbolt kills this every time, even if it's Spadef. And we're in a good spot. So yeah, we T-Bolt. This is going to die, so that's cool. So P2 is gone. That is one less threat out of the way. Scarf Shandy should never knock me out, as this should be Shandy, right? Yep. Let me just make sure. I mean, I'm going to stay in anyway. I don't have a different play. Nah, yeah. Unless it's like Overheat. And if it's Overheat, good play. But I just clicked Thunderbolt. This is like 100% Scarf. Alright, yeah, they do have Overheat. That's bad. Because that's the only thing that could have knocked me out there. Oh, that is not good. Obviously, the game's not over, but like, yeah, yikes. Alright, well, I can't go into Fish because my Milotic's still hanging around. Oh, that sucked. I'm thinking something like Grimmsnarl and just clicking Darkest Lariat. Oh my god. This thing's gonna be a little bit of an issue late game. Toxicroak just takes too much, even at -2. I think I just have to go Grimmsnarl. Yeah. Oof. Not good. Good prep on their part, though. I'm not scared of anything they throw at me because, yeah. I can Darkest Lariat. And I think that's just what I'm going to do here. You don't go harder Shifu, do you? Rapid Strike. You're not banded. Grimmsnarl. Okay, I'm gonna just, yeah, Darkest Lariat. I feel like they go like Amoonguss. This is Amoonguss, right? Yeah. Probably should have like made a double there or something, but that's fine. That does not do enough to Tuco, which is annoying. I had to go on the Ferrothorn, and I know they're gonna go back in the Shandy. I already know it. I could also go Croak, but I mean that's also not really the greatest play ever. I kind of want a light screen. just in case they make that play. I don't really need health on this, though. It would be kind of nice. Mungus. I don't know how much time I'm using. I gotta start checking my time soon. Oh, I'm running low on time. I'm going to light screen, as they don't double, so kind of sucks. As they sludge bomb. Okay, so we're just starting to get plays wrong here now. That doesn't do too much at least, which is nice. They do get the poison, which is really annoying. I'm going to a Ferrothorn. I gotta start making my plays faster. My endgame is not looking nice with the Milotic just hanging around in the back. So this time I'm going to go out on the Ferrothorn and get up my spike. Yeah. That's what we'll do here. This Amoonguss also could be proving to be a problem late game as well. If they switch now, I'm going to be pissed. So I switch. We go on the Pharaoh. This thing cannot do too much to me. I could Leech Seed here, predicting the switch, but I think getting a Spike Up is just going to be nice for later for the Dracovish endgame. As they switch out, they're going to go on the Chandelure and claim a kill. No, they're going to go on the Flygon. That's fine. Okay. So I Spike. Game's not over, but I'm not really feeling confident, to be honest. If I had leftovers on this thing and not Chopwell, I think I'd be a little bit in a better position, to be honest. And I think I just Leech Seed here. And then spam Spikes. As they roost. Okay. That's fine. I'm still spamming Spikes. Like, that's just going to be the play here. But getting Ferrothorn back up like a little bit higher is going to be nice. So we're going to get health back. This thing's going to take a little bit more round of Toxic and Leech Seed. I still have my Spike up. Yes, Chandelure can probably come in, but and that's going to be an issue anyway. But I Spike here. Because the more damage this takes, the better. They're Roost, Defog, Flamethrower, and I don't know the last move yet. As they defog. Okay, yep, I want my Spike up. I want it up. As my light screen wears off too. I didn't even think about that. That means Flamethrower will do a little bit more. I know they're gonna freely switch into Chandelure at some point here, and I'm not gonna have a fun time with it. Maybe their only fire moves Overheat. Who knows? But I am getting back up to a little bit respectable amount of health on this thing, and this thing is just taking more and more damage. This is where they're probably going to switch, but I do want just more and more Spikes up. So I don't really like. Obviously, Chandelure is going to be really annoying. They just Flamethrower. Okay. This will do a lot, but I'll live it. Yeah, that does a lot. Jeez. But that's 2-layer Spikes. Do I need Ferrothorn for anything here? Mugus is a problem without it, but I do have Toxicroak still. Toxicroak's going to have to come in big in this endgame. So I am just gaining health. Flygon's losing a lot. So yeah, if they stay in, they will die this turn. How many layers of Spikes do I have left? I haven't been counting. Because they've been defogging. I do have 2 up. Do I need Ferrothorn? It's really nice here, but I don't think I need it. I value just Spikes, because if they let me get Spikes up, that's huge. They don't. Okay, so yeah, they're going to lose their Flygon, and I'm still going to have a layer Spike up. So that's cool. We're still not in a great position, but it could be worse. Like, it could definitely be worse. And what I do is actually save my Ferrothorn at this point, so I can come in on a Amoonguss and get Spikes up permanently. Because that's the only way I can possibly break down that Milotic, I think, at this point. They should die, right? Yeah, 100%. So, Flygon's gone. And, yeah. We'll see what happens. I know Shandy's coming out, right? Or Shifu could come out. If Shifu comes out, I might just sack. Because I don't want them having a sub up. As they're going Shandy. Okay, so that's fine. So they take the spike. That's cool. I actually want to save this. I don't think I need Grimmsnarl anymore. And if they click a fire move, yeah, we'll do this. This could be really bad because I don't have a great, like, Chandelure just claims kills against me, which is very scary. They Flamethrower, so yeah. That does so much. Okay. I could Light Screen. I think I Light Screen. I could just go Fish, honestly. And save this for another time. If I go with a Light Screen against Chandelure, that is Scarf against Toxicroak with Dry Skin, with a Light Screen up, I don't take much, and I can just knock off anything for free. I kind of like that play. I really don't like the idea of sacking this, because then Shadow Ball is just... Well, Shadow Ball is already spammable, honestly. I think I just have to Light Screen. So that's what we'll do. If they go Urshifu, which they don't, they're just going to stay in and sack off. I could have went Dracovish to get another sack later. But this way... let's think here. If I was like Clay, it'd be kind of nice here, because Toxicroak could potentially just clean up. But it's fine. I kind of want to go Croak and click Knockoff. I would love the Swords Dance, but I can't, because their Flamethrower just does too much. So yeah, I think I just go Toxicroak and click Knockoff here. Maybe get rid of like a Flame Orb or Milo, keep myself in this game. I just click Knockoff, right? Yeah. Urshifu's probably coming in here, but it's fine, I don't really care. I'm not sure how I'm beating this thing yet. They switch. That's smart. They go out into the Amoonguss. That's fine. They're going to take Spike. They're going to take this knockoff. And next turn I can Gunk Shot probably. Yeah. That was Assault Vest, yep. Yeah, and I click Gunk Shot here. I could Swords Dance as well, but I don't really want to take all the damage. So we will Gunk Shot. I am really running low on time. I have to start picking moves as I hit, so this should die, right? Like, there's no world that this lives. Yeah, that dies. Moongus is dead. I'm thinking... Toxicroak is still really good here, like, because it can beat the Milo that Dracovish struggles with. I need to start picking moves because I am running low on time. I do have a Spike Up too, which is really, really nice as well. As they're deciding, I think I just need to keep health on Fish so I can live a, what's it called at this point? A Shadow Ball from Scarf, Shandy. As they're going to go out into Chandelure now. My light screen's still up, right? Yeah. They might overheat. But I think I live. And if I knock this off, it's huge. I mean, well, I should have calculated that, but again, I don't really have time. But I do know my light screen is up. I did check, so we'll see. If they give me this, I'm a lot happier. A Flamethrower. I should live this. Did they crit me? They didn't. What? Infiltrator. I am very bad at the game. Alright, I lose. I didn't even think about that. Infiltrator. Oh my god. I'm mad. I'm mad, but I can only be mad at myself, right? They switch out here every time. Milo. What's my best move to hit Milotic? It's Fish's Friend, right? So like, I just click Fishy Boy. Yeah, they withdraw. That was smart. Yeah. Man. They're going to sack this. This should die because of the spike up. And if it doesn't, I'll just kill it the next turn. So yeah, that dies. We're making it respectable, but I just think it's a little too late. They go out on Milo. I completely forgot about that. I'm switching out on the Ferrothorn. If they call this, then good play. But we'll see. Maybe it's Flame Orb and it just takes 1,000,000 from recoil. I don't know. I'm just not in a good spot here. They recover. Okay. Well, I'm really glad I switched out, but I still don't think it's gonna matter at this point. Chandelure. They are Flame Orb, so I got a Leech Seed here. And maybe go hard Fish. I really don't like that play, but I think I might just have to do it, right? Yeah, they withdraw. I should have. I don't think it's gonna matter at this point. So I Leech Seed here. I drop my controller too. I do get the head off. I go Fish. If they Shadow Ball, I go back Ferrothorn, I think. So yeah. So I go Fish. I might lose the time here. I think I'm just taking too long because Milo can just spam recover. I switch so they don't. They had the Shadow. They probably Shadow Ball here. They just Flamethrower. That's fine. Again, I still think I just lose the timer. And, yeah. That's what I think just happened here. I go into Ferrothorn expecting them to, what's it called? Go back into Milo. Yeah, they withdraw. I Leech Seed. Oh man, I shouldn't have taken so long. This is gonna be one of my first games. I'm gonna lose the timer here. This is gonna be annoying. They can honestly just recover spam, to be honest, and win the game because of timer, which I'm really annoyed about. Ice Seeds. They honestly, again, they just spam recover, to be honest. If they go Chandelure, I go Fish. As they Ice Beam, okay. This shouldn't do too much. That does nothing. So Ice Seeds, nice. I'm gonna Power Whip next turn. Do a lot to this thing. Power Whip. Why is it taking 2 seconds off? Like, come on, dude. They withdraw. Okay. And this is where I just stay and click attacks, right? This might die, to be honest. I think I lived on 1. I think I lived on 1. That's annoying. I'm Power Whipping. They Shadow Ball. This is so annoying because I feel like I think I won this game. I think I won this game without timer. So pissed because they literally just spam recover. Like, I can't do anything about it. I'm mad. Maybe I'll get a Power Whip crit, who knows. Leech Seed's the right play there, but I don't have time. Yeah, they noticed. I'm so mad, dude. I beat this, because I can just Leech... Yeah, it doesn't even matter, though, because I got a crit, too. Like, of course. Because I lead sheet, I switch out, and then I spam attacks and come back in the Pharaoh and win. That's how this game would have ended. So yeah, I just lose. Well, GG to Nanny Phantom or Killaboom. It was a close game. It's my fault. I did take a really long time throughout those like turns. Just make sure to go check out his side in the description below. I know it was pretty. This game was like all messed up this week anyway, so it's gonna be a little scuffed on his side as well as like you already can tell it's scuffed here. But we are going to lose our undefeated streak to that. And who do we face next week? We face Jack Gray next week, aka the Vancouver Titans, commissioner of the league. So that will be a good battle. I might add a post after this because I'm just not in a good mood right now. But hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you leave a like, and I'll see you next week. Hello, I'm back. You thought the video was over? I got 3 more minutes for you guys. I just wanted to kind of redo this outro because I didn't like the way my initial outro was. I was very salty with the game, and frankly, I'm still a little salty about it. I know some people really like that immature, draft content because, it's content. I personally think it's very immature and annoying, and I don't like it, and it doesn't really represent my videos. You guys know I'm a pretty laid-back person. I don't get mad at the game often, so it was a little bit different. I do want to kind of explain my thought process at the end game there. If the timer wasn't a thing there, what I would have done, once Chandelure came in on my Power Whip, I would have went out on the Dracovish and got 2-shot by Shadow Ball, came back out on the Ferrothorn, and then knocked it out. And unless they get a Spadef drop, or they freeze me with Ice Beam, and then just, I stay frozen, I just Leech Seed the Milo, and I can just stall that out. I don't think Milo beats me in that scenario. I could be wrong, but I don't think it does. That's kind of how my scenario went down there. I stayed in on the Shadow Ball, which it looked like a good play, but if they had clicked Flamethrower, I would have lost the game in a battling standpoint anyway. So that's why I would have switched out into Fish. But that's from a battling standpoint. There is a second portion to this, which is the timer. As you guys saw, I lost the timer. Time management is a portion of this game, and that's why I'm going to respect this loss every single way, because I have poor time management this game. And that's just how it is in the end. I do know there was a game, it was Platinum Howler versus Jack. I was watching it from a spectator point of view. Platinum Howler had the game, but he ran out of time, so he had lost. And it looked kind of normal. I was like, oh, that sucks. But now that you're battling, and after the circumstances behind this battle, it hit a lot harder than it needed to. That's why I just wanted to explain a little bit more of this endgame in a more calm, not salty manner. Again, all respect to my opponent, and he hands us our first loss of the season. It's how it's going to be. But that's how I just wanted to end this video, as opposed to just me being pissed at the game. I'm still leaving it in there, but yeah, that's how I want to end off this video. So again, thank you for watching, and I will catch you all next week.